Just how strong is unconditional love? A question asked most often but still receives no answer because no one person knows the strength or the value of unconditional love. However, what is unconditional love, you may ask? Well, according to the book Real Love by Greg Bear, it's defined as caring about the happiness of another person without any thought for what we might get for ourselves. With this statement, I return back to my previous statement of how no one person knows the strength or the value of unconditional love. This just so happens to be false. One particular kind of people knows this love, and those people are parents, especially mothers. Moms do not know the mathematics or specifics of unconditional love, but they do know the value and strength of it. A prime example of this is found all through the animal kingdom, with mothers protecting, bathing, and nurturing their young, not caring what happens to them, just what happens to their young. Now the children have come together to show their appreciation to their mothers and all mothers everywhere. Most notably, mothers are often referred to by their children as mom. Now what does the word mom mean? In Urban Dictionary, mom is known as the woman who loves you unconditionally from birth, the one who puts her kids before herself, and the one who you can always count on above everyone else. It also states that just telling her your problems make you feel better because moms always know how to make it all go away. Even if you fight, know that she's just looking out for your best interests. These are wonderful definitions and expressions for moms, but there is one very important question that is asked not only by Urban Dictionary, but by so many others across the world. Where would you be without your mom?
My name is Shantae Gant, and I am a first-time mom-to-be to this beautiful, precious angel, Miss Trayana Gant.
My name is Debbie Herndon, and I am a mother and a grandmother of 3 children.
My name's Elsa Platania. I am a mother of 3, a grandmother of 6 plus 1 on the way, and I've enjoyed every minute of it.
I'm Daniela Miranda. I'm 32 years old, young mom of 5 kids, and they're 14, 12, 11, 7, and a year and a half old. And I just love being a mom. I wouldn't change for anything in this world.
It's like a roller coaster, so to speak. I have my up moments and my down moments and stuff, and in between, so I go through a lot of changes, which I expected.
It can be a roller coaster. I actually had 2 boys, and then I had a miscarriage, and then I had my daughter, and she was a preemie. So I've gone through very good pregnancies and very bad pregnancies. So yeah, it's a roller coaster.
I mean, all my pregnancies, I have 5 kids, so all my pregnancies at the beginning, I can't complain about anything. At the beginning, everything is beautiful. Yes, I felt the joy of carrying life in me, so I can't complain about that. Now, the last 2 months, they're miserable because you can't sleep, you can't find positions, you just feel bloated, and you pretty much feel miserable. But at the end, everything is worth it, so.
My experience was it was a little bit of both. You're always going to have good with bad. And I had a wonderful pregnancy and a wonderful birth. I loved every minute of it. The emotions varied because of the new joy and the hormones and
the excitement. Yeah, the happy moments. And that's what I experienced most. I experienced some sad moments sometimes, but not often. So I enjoy these precious happy moments.
It ranged from very exciting to worry and to happiness and fear and all kinds of emotions ran through your head?
I can honestly say that my first pregnancy was the easiest. I think I gained maybe 10 pounds, and I looked better than I ever had in my entire life during the entire pregnancy. But it was 36 hours of labor, which produced a 6-pound baby boy. So you would have thought that, it would have happened sooner. And in my second pregnancy with my other son, he was a much bigger baby. He was almost 9 pounds, and that labor was like half the time, just 20 hours. My daughter, though, like I said, she was a preemie, and I had been hospitalized for a while prior to her actually being born, and hospitalized afterwards. That was trying. She was in the hospital for a month and a half after she was born, and I insisted on nursing all my kids.
I do feel the love. Thank God I got my kids. They can always express the love very well with me. I feel the joy of them, and they give me hugs. They're very hugging kids. They hug me all the time. They give me kisses. They chase me around the house to give me kisses and things like that. And that's the most beautiful part. Is it hard to be a mom? Of course it's hard. It's a lot of responsibility. Once you give birth of a child, even when you're carrying the child in your womb, you still have all of the responsibility. There are nights that you cannot even sleep.
I love you is a word that we use, and we know that appreciation for each other.
I accepted my kids very early on as individuals and human beings, and tried to teach them respect of others and respect of themselves. Ultimately, I was successful. And in that, I felt love and success. And I know that they still respect me and love me very much. So I don't have any doubts about that.
I hope so. I hope she expressed it. I want that bond between us. So they was talking at the hospital. They stated after you give birth, you have that skin to skin. So that's a part of bonding, that I want that skin to skin moment. And I'm also planning on breastfeeding, so that's another bond. So I believe, and I want her to have that special bond. I want us to have that special bond and share that. I imagine motherhood being fun and exciting, but also challenging at the same time. So I'm kind of preparing for that. I know it's gonna have its ups and downs, but my focus and my goal is to be the best mother. I know I'm not gonna be perfect, but just be the best mother and try to raise her right.
I imagine motherhood as being a lifelong experience of joy and happiness, and always some type of heartbreak and sorrows, but a general emotion of love and caring without knowing what would happen, what I would get. I never expected to receive anything.
It's amazing. It changed your life, definitely, in a good way. Sometimes it doesn't feel a good way, but at the end, when you see the results, you realize it was a good way. You learn a lot. I think it doesn't matter all the things you can go through life. I think you learn even more once you have kids, because you learn to see things in different points of view. And whatever you thought it was important before, you realize not important anymore. And you don't look through your eyes, you look through your kids' eyes. So your life changes a lot. And I mean, it's scary. Yes, it is scary. As I said before, it's a lot of responsibility. And who's not scared of that much responsibility? Like, just to think that whenever they grow up, you have to respond whatever they tell you, like, oh, you didn't teach me, or you forgot to teach me this, or that's the scariest part. But I mean, hopefully I'll be doing a good job all this time and raising good kids, and they won't have to complain too much, because there's always going to be something to complain about.
The best part about being a mother is knowing that she belongs to me and that I'm having her and, having this human grow inside of me, moving constantly and being active. I mean, it's a joy. It's a great experience.
The best part about being a mother, it's feeling that you're giving a lot of love, and it's unconditional love. For me, it's understanding that I'm giving all I can, and hopefully it'll be enough. It's also a scary part too, because you don't really realize when is it enough, or because you don't want to spoil a kid, but you always want to give them all love. But it's pretty much that, being able to give love to somebody that deserves it.
Seeing the smile on my child's face, seeing her happy, seeing her know that she's loved, and seeing her experience the world.
The best part about being a mom was having fun with them. My husband, he passed away 8 years ago, but before that, from the time they were very, very little, we would take adventures. We would take trips. We would go camping, come up to the mountains, do various things with them, always with them. It was so much more fun. My husband and I, before we had kids, would take trips and stuff, and we looked at each other and it was great. But after we started having kids, it was just a natural progression to include them in everything. And what they say about more the merrier, it's true. It's very true.
I think I would be a great mother, very active, because that's how I was taken back to working with kids, 2-year-olds. They're very active, and I kept them engaged in activities. So I feel like I would do the same with her, do different activities with her, take her to the park, and just be very interactive.
As a mom, I'm pretty sure we all moms and parents generally, we hope the best for our kids. We try to teach them the best, give them good basis, and we always hope that they are constantly listening, even that if they're not acting as they are. I always hope they're listening to me, so whenever they grow up, they can become good people. That's pretty much our goal as parents.
When it comes to discipline, we will probably we're against pro spanking, so maybe talking to her, because I think that she would better understand by us talking and explaining to her why this was wrong that she did. So yeah, the spanking is out.
It is true. Even when you spank your child, it hurts you more than probably it hurts them. Because you want to know your limits, but you still have the thought that I need to make this child grow in the right way. So yes, it is hard. So whenever you get spanked or something, trust me, your moms feel it more than you did. It is true. Anything in particular? Well, all my kids, since they're little, grandma teaches them a song that pretty much repeats, I love you, I love you, I love you. So every morning, especially now with the little one, I have a 15 months old, she wakes me up every morning with that song. So for me, it's the best thing ever. It's the best way to wake up.
She was an interesting child when she was little. We had, she was always very temperamental, very, very soft-hearted, and you could always tell when she'd done something wrong, because she'd come home and she would be upset about it beforehand. She went to school, they got report cards, and she got in the car and she started crying. She was a talker. She talked all the time in class, which creates a problem when you're being taught how to behave in class and how to respect others and how to maintain control. And so being upset, it was funny to me, because she never, she wasn't in trouble. She just didn't do something right. But she was always in general, that type of a person, and it kind of was funny to me at that point.
What I learned from my mom was to be loving and caring. Me and my mom, we have a close relationship, and I want that with my daughter. I want to build a close relationship, and as she grows older, have that friendship also. And so that's what I would want for her to instill in her child. And it would be at when she have a child, years down the road, it would just be like watching her grow up all over again. And that's how I feel my mom will be, as she becomes a grandmother, she's going to be watching me grow up all over again through my child's eyes.
I still have my mom around, and she has 18 grandkids. Yeah, I know, a lot. Like, it's just 5 with me, and we're 7 brothers and sisters, so there's still more coming, I'm sure. And what I can see from her joy, I can't wait to become a grandma. Because seeing whatever was product from me, giving another product, and teaching whatever I teach them and passing on, it's like a legacy. I'm waiting for that. And my nieces tell my mom all the time, like, who do you love more, your daughter or me? And my mom is like, oh, I love them equally. And she's like, no, you don't, because you have to love me more, because I'm the love of your love. So I'm double. So I'm waiting someday, hopefully not that soon, but someday.
It's fantastic. I do have 6 grandchildren and 1 on the way, so I'll make a total of 7. And we're hoping for a boy this time because she has 2 girls. But just seeing all these new little people is just amazing to me. And they all have their individual personalities. My oldest grandson is 16, and then his sister's 13, and she is a mini-me. She's very outspoken, liberal, gets on her soapbox every other sentence.
As a grandmother, I see the joy of my grandson, my granddaughters growing up, and I feel more rewarded by what they are doing and how my children are teaching their children to learn and to respect others. I think it's a more rewarding than even being a mother, being a grandmother.
I've learned so many things from my mom. I'm still learning from my mom. To be patient, to think of motherhood and parenthood generally just by one day at a time, and just keep giving the best you can, and hope for the best for your kids all the time. And as a personal story, well, Mother's Day are very excited for me. It's been a tradition in my family since I was a kid. I would wake up with my sisters and brothers and make breakfast for my mom and wake her up with a breakfast in bed. And since I became a mom, I've been experiencing the same thing every year. So I'm waiting for that day. Sometimes they surprise me with something like pancakes with a heart shape and stuff like that. So it's very nice. It's very nice to wake up and feel love.
Hello, viewers. This is Carey Henderson. I am the creator, writer, and director of this documentary that you have just watched. I created this documentary to send the message of the beauty and wonder of motherhood. This documentary was also to represent the appreciation and love that a child has for their mother, as well as the love that a mother has for their child. With this documentary, I wanted to dedicate it to all the mothers out there, but most importantly, I want to dedicate this documentary to my mom. When I had nothing, I had my mom. She was always there for me. She always took care of me. Even to this day, she still takes care of me. And I just wanted to show her just how much I love her and show her that I appreciate all the things she's done. I love you, Mom. Happy Mother's Day.